To make sure that we try to stay on schedule as much as we can. Is there anybody here that when 9 o'clock comes, they just have to get out of here and go home? Or are there a few people that might just say, oh,
my cat.
gotta do it. Gotta do it. Okay, so you do have to go. Okay, so there's not too many. We're going to try not to go too late, but certainly when they come in and start taking the chairs out from underneath you, you know it's time that we have to get out of here. So I want to, first of all, I want to thank John Jackson for coming from Texas all the way to Santa Barbara. Let's give him a big hand. Thank you very much, John.
You bet. You bet. I know got a few people just kind of settling down here, so I'll let you all drink the wine and bring me the wine. Bring me the wine.
Bring me the wine.
Wine's empty. Sucks. No more wine?
We have wine.
Bam, baby!
We're going to make sure we have wine. This is the last bottle.
All right, then just stick it in my car. Well, hello, Santa Barbara. I am John Jackson. I am from Texas. It's a little state kind of east of here. Several years ago, I had a stupid idea to develop a company, and it's now the largest lease option company of its kind, bar none, across the U.S. It is leasing to buy. And you can Google it, you can Google me, you can take my picture, I'll send my autographs later, especially for you, buddy. Come on now, I love that tie. I love the tie, Roadrunner. You know what? How much you want for that tie? Are you shitting me?
It's yours.
Thank you. I love that tie. Come on, Chuck. Are you serious?
It's yours.
Let me give you 50. Come on, Chuck. Come on. Let me give you. Can I give you?
It's yours.
Would you take 100?
Here's that. Dude, I love their old. What happened to the old cartoons, man? Now it's all SpongeBob and like, no. So, kids, you gotta listen to me. There's a roadrunner, and there's like a coyote, and there's a rock. It's gonna fall. You know it's gonna fall. And my kids are looking at me like, what about SpongeBob? I'm like, no, you don't get it. Anyway, thank you. Are you serious? This is so cool. That's like I'm going to a strip bar. Woohoo! Anyway, by the way, in case you're wondering, this is the most unprofessional presentation you'll ever have at Santa Barbara because I'm from Texas and who gives a crap? Anyway, so years ago, I had this stupid idea of developing a real estate company. My background was options in the stock market. Who here has traded options in the stock market? You have, Chuck. Thank you. But by the way, you know who did the voices for? His name is Chuck.
Oh, really?
He did other voices for. Right? Oh, yeah. Anyway, I am the founder of Leasing to Buy. I established in 2003. It's the largest company of its kind in Texas. And we have now established offices across the United States. We've lease optioned over 450 houses in just one county. That's Tarrant County in Texas. That is over $2 million in assignment fees in just one county. That is me. One county. So,
Hey. Awesome. Awesome. Nice time.
And Chuck, who was the guy that did the voices for Chuck?
Really?
Chuck Freeman? No. Anyway,
Something like that.
we'll Google it later. We have done over 450 houses in just one county. I say that not to brag. I say that to say this can be done. I am an idiot. Okay? We've done over 450 houses in just one county. Tarrant County, Fort Worth. 450 houses. Over $2 million in assignment fees. Unbelievable. Now I say this, my passion is not lease options. I don't wake up with a chubby every morning going, ooh, lease options, ooh, I can't wait to do an assignment fee, blah, blah, blah. My passion is helping people build a business. And I say that, and I think it's very important, because for years I was a self-taught day trader. My wife got pregnant. She goes, oh, I'm pregnant. Oh, this is great. You know, the little, it's a plus on the little stick thing I teed on, and this is great. I'm like, oh, that's great. I don't know how we're going to support this. I should probably make some money. So I wanted to get started in real estate. I was a self-taught day trader for 3 years. I started trading options, particularly call options, and that's how I made my money. Every month I would get a check into my account because I traded call options. And again, how many people here have done call options? See what I'm talking about? I own 2,000 shares of Walmart. I do, say, 2 contracts on Walmart, boom. I get a check in my. That's how I paid the bills. Was with call options. This has nothing to do with real estate yet. But I wanted to get started in real estate. Now, I had done day trading for years. And what I found as I was trying to get started into real estate was just like the stock market. There were multiple ways to get started in that market. Multiple avenues, multiple different ways to get started. You had to find the one way that would fit your technique. So I determined which technique was best for me. And the bottom line is that if you want to succeed, whether it's real estate or the stock market, you have to know which path is best for you. And what I mean by this is this. In the stock market, if you line up 10 day traders, everybody knows what a day trader is. You're watching the market and they're tips and trends and blah, blah, blah. They're very successful. You line up 10 day traders and you say, wow, you guys are successful. You do this, you do this, you do this. This is fantastic. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to trade the way he does. And I want you, number 2, to trade the way number 4 does. In other words, very successful people, but you're telling them to shift their strategies. Oh, he's successful, so you do that. They'll all fail. But can I take this off? Thank you so much, Brian. This is awesome. This is so cool. I can't believe that. But you see what I'm saying? The same thing applies to real estate. So, and I don't know how many people Dan has come up here every year talking about this strategy or that strategy or what. I have no idea. But what I know is this. This is the first time ever in 11 years I've spoken at a real estate group. I've turned them down. They go, oh, you're great, this and that. You got to come up and speak. No, I'm not going to do it. The reason is most real estate groups want people to come up and sell a bunch of crap. I'm like, no, I'm going to do it. What you have to do in real estate is figure out what is your technique. So if Dan has somebody come up in a month from now talking about mobile homes, well, maybe that's for you, maybe it's not. But the point is, real estate is the same as the stock market. You've got to figure out what your niche is. Is it to buy and hold? Is it to trade this? Is it to trade that? I had to figure out what is my niche. So I researched various techniques in real estate, and I found there were so many avenues to go here. Foreclosures, rentals, wholesale, flipping, apartments, buy and hold, rehab, substitute, commercial, wraps. I mean, how many people have seen all this stuff? There's so many different avenues. And, and every time you're like, oh, that's the greatest thing ever. Oh, no, that's the greatest thing ever. You got to figure out what fits you. Now, each technique had its own pros and cons. And especially for somebody like me, just starting out. Keep in mind, my background was the stock market. It was not real estate. I had never bought a house. I had done a lot of option trading on the stock market, but had never done real estate. So I had to figure out where do I fit into here? And trying to figure out, where do I fit into here? There was different pros and cons for each. There was market risk, depreciation, damage to the property, evictions, lack of knowledge of the local market. They want 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5 bath. I don't freaking know. Oh, I gotta have a lot of cash. Oh, I gotta have credit. So this is just a disaster waiting to happen. But as I was reading through all this, again, this goes back over 11 years ago, there was one technique that kept popping up that I kept thinking, you know what? There's something about that technique that is what I want to do. And as I was reading through all this information out there, the one technique that I kept going, you know what? There's something about that technique. I like it, but there's just not a whole lot out there about it. But it just kept grabbing my attention because I thought, man, there's something there. I'm latching on to this. And that was lease options. Now, lease options provide a number of benefits to the person that is just new to real estate. One, essentially no or low risk, no capital risk, no cash needed, no credit needed, no need to get approved by the bank, turn inventory quickly, help sellers that can't sell, help buyers that can't buy, and make an average of $4,000 to $5,000 per deal. Obviously, it depends on the price. Here it's about $40,000 to $50,000 per deal, but in Texas, where it's more realistic, $4,000 to $5,000 per deal. But here's the thing: when I started learning about lease options, there was a major problem with what I was reading, and that really bothered me. And that was lease options were basically being touted as a way to. Is this being recorded?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well,
so watch what you say. It will haunt you.
Careful.
they were used to rip people off. I was going to say screw people, but
That's okay. You can say that here.
no job, no problem, man. No job, no problem, man. Money down, that's great. That's all you need. No care or concern about whether the buyer can ever qualify or afford it. In other words, my background in the stock market was options. I made my money in the option market. I would hold several hundred shares of different stocks. I would sell the call option, which is where I'm giving the right to someone else to buy that stock at a higher price. They're paying me a premium. Money goes into my account. I go to the grocery store. My wife goes, when are you going to get a job? I'm like, we just bought groceries. I'm a genius. We got it all figured out. That's what I was doing. I started figuring out, you know what, I'm going to make money on call options. Fast forward, I was like, I want to get into real estate. What I found was, again, there's so many different avenues in real estate, just as there is in the stock market. You can't possibly learn 40 or 50 different avenues or strategies in real estate and be successful at all of them. You're going to suck at all of them. That's the way it is. So you've got to figure out what is my best, what fits me. Maybe it's lease options, maybe it's wholesaling, maybe it's apartments or whatever the case may be. You've got to figure out what is your strategy that fits you the best. For me, it was lease options because I already knew options. But the problem was everything I read out there was about how to utilize lease options to screw people. Oh, you get all this money down, they can't buy, they can't qualify, you mark the house up, and woohoo, and then you kick them out, you do it over again, and you get all this money down. I'm like, well, that's not right. But I knew that lease options had certain key fundamentals about them that were good. They were a win-win situation. But somebody had to step up and put the right pieces in place, if that makes sense, to help the people. And that's where my wheels started turning. I was like, you know what? I could take the good things of the lease option and put this together, and I can get that for you if you want, Shai. To help people get financing through a lease option. So the guru said lease options were great because you get money down, the buyers will never buy, so in a year you do it again, and then you set the price so high it'll never appraise, screw people over, set them up for failure, make money, repeat. And again, I decided it was time to revamp the way lease options were structured and the way they were executed. Lease options had a lot of good things about them, but they need to be structured properly. Again, lease options are not inherently bad. But if you all go out there, do this tonight, go out there and Google and research lease options, what you're going to find, same as owner finance, is how to screw people over that need help. You got money? Yeah, we'll take it, baby. Bam! Can't get finance? We'll take it. No credit check. No qualifying. You got a 401k? Yeah, bring it to me, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And I was like, you know what? That's not right. There's people out there that need help that, for whatever reason, need some time to get financed. And lease options are a great way to do that. But they've got to be structured properly, and nobody's doing it. And so, for whatever reason, I had this bite in my head that said, yep, I'm going to make this happen. And that's where leasing the buy came from. So, with leasing and buy, we structure the numbers based on real estate numbers, which includes the option price, option fee, the rent, bring credits, and structure the deal so the lenders would approve it. I will say this. I'm not too moaning for here. I'm probably the only one out there that structured the numbers for lease option so FHA will approve it for the loan. And that's why I'm so successful. I mean, you don't do the 450 lease options with FHA telling you to hit the highway. You got to structure the numbers so that it works for people. Structure the numbers so it helps the buyer, the owner, and the buyer bring in the credit improvement program. We offer secured credit cards. We have got the home warranty in place. We have the financing in place. And that's where leasing the buy was born. So what happened was I saw a need in the market that people were getting screwed. People that had money but couldn't get financed. They were getting screwed. I said, I don't like that. Let's bring the right pieces in place. Credit improvement. We've got to help them establish credit. We've got the financing in place. We've got to structure the number so it helps them get financed. We're not here to structure the number so it screws them. I talked to a homeowner yesterday that I basically told to, hit the highway. He wants to structure these numbers all just cattywampus. I'm like, well, FHA won't allow that. Well, that's the way I've been taught. Well, then go somewhere else. I can't help you. I'm here to help people. I'm not here to screw people. And the thing is, and I will say this, no matter what avenue of real estate you decide, whether it's lease options, wholesaling, whatever, if you structure it to help people, it's amazing how the money comes. We didn't make over $2 million in assignment fees from screwing people over. We did it because we structured it to help people. We help the sellers, we help the buyers. So I say that because it's very important what I just said. No matter what avenue of real estate you choose, you've got to structure it to help people. Maybe it's your end buyer, maybe it's the cash buyer. You've got to structure it properly. So we offer a complete turnkey package. We base the numbers not only on so they help the seller, but so they help the buyer succeed. We base them on the lender guidelines, FHA, or if we're going conventional, we base them on that. We have credit improvement, so we can track everything on our website. We have established relationships with it's actually an old public home warranty, and the financing in place for the buyers. And so we offered what the majority of the sellers and the potential buyers needed. We offered a win-win situation. The seller can't sell, the buyer can't buy. Bam, let's put it together. Let's make it happen. Because we'll be established, we are actually an accredited member of the Better Business Bureau, A+ rating, over 10 years now. We get well between 3,000 hits per month on our website. We improve our market strength and reputation of leasing by. We actually offer a great foundation for those that want to start their own business based on our model. So let's talk a little bit about steps of lease purchase. This is very complicated, so you may write this down. This is very complicated. 1, market to sellers. I haven't lost you yet, have I? Market to sellers. By the way, don't drop that.
Yes.
2, market to buyers. 3, assign the contract. 4, repeat. I'm going to stop for a second so y'all can write that down. It's very complicated, I realize. Oh, okay. So with real estate, there's different techniques, different strategies, etc. Here's what we have for leasing and buy. You market with the sellers, so you're bringing inventory in. How can I help you? Well, I owe 110, it's only worth about 120. Bam, lease purchase, or whatever the numbers are. So you market the sellers. Number 2, market to buyers. Put it up on our website, get it out there, blast it out, you market to the buyers. It's this much down, this much per month, boom. You get the right buyer, assign the contract to the buyer. You get paid. And then number 4, repeat. Did I lose anybody? I know this is complicated.
What was the first
Are
one?
you, yeah. And I'll go through these a little bit more in detail, but go ahead, Dan.
Do you mind if we ask questions as you're going along?
No, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go into these a little bit more detail, but go ahead, Dan.
I don't have questions. I just want to make sure that you're open for that.
Yeah, I'm open for questions and also
Wine, food. Okay.
No, yeah, and by the way, thank you, Dan. If you all have questions as we're going along, I know I'm kind of stepping through this, but if you have questions, just let me know. I'll stop, and if I don't know the answer, I'll make it up, and it will sound so smooth. Because, believe me, I'll make it up.
You want red or white?
Yes.
Red or white?
Yeah,
Mixed?
I don't like a funnel. I'll do red.
Red?
Yeah. Are you seriously going to get it for me? I got a tie for you. I'm so desperate to Google who did the voices. Chuck?
Free name.
No, he did all the voices for Bugs Bunny. Anyway, so we market the sellers, market the buyers, assign the contract, repeat. Now, here's why the lease options are such a great strategy. Thank you so much. I'm not looking at your booth, but it's... I know.
I can just say my house after.
Okay, all right, I want to look at your name there. Think about it. The problem with doing real estate is this. You've got to try to knock down a seller and go, oh, you want 100,000? Well, I was just going to offer you 50. Well, how easy is that? What if you could say, oh, you owe, again, this is Santa Barbara, so, oh, you owe 18 million? But let's assume, okay, you owe 400,000, I'm just throwing numbers here. But you owe 300,000, and it's worth about 3.25. Okay, boom, we can make it happen. In other words, you can do lease options with very low equity. You don't have to beat the seller down. And on the flip side, on the buyer's side, you can get the buyer in there. They put the money down, you get them ready for finance, and boom, it's a done deal. Where you get paid is to sign the contract, number 3. and then 4, you repeat it.
I got a question. What's the percentage of people who exercise the option when it's due?
It depends on who is structuring it. And here's what I mean by that. Let me repeat what he asked. This is a very important question. What is the percentage of people that exercise their option? In other words, how many people actually buy the properties they got into? It depends on who structured the deal. If it was with me, 90%. If it's with somebody else, dude, they're screwed. I'm just being honest. Because I'm the only one that will structure the deal for FHA or conventional financing. Because I turn down 70% of the applications that I get.
So in other words, you want tenant buyers.
I want solid quality. People call me, what if I put this much down? I'm like, I don't give a shit. Are we recording this?
Yes, we are.
People go, what if I put this much down? I don't give a crap. It doesn't matter to me how much you put down. If you're a piece of crap, I can help you. But if you've had situations, but you know what I'm saying. Yes.
One of the things that John and I talked about on the Skype interview, and I asked him about this qualification, is what are your guidelines? What credit criteria do you have when somebody comes in to qualify with you? Where does their credit have to be? And it was interesting what he said. Would you please just explain a little bit about where the credit has to be and what their credit report looked like and what that meant to you?
Yeah. Well, I was sober when we did the interview, so I don't know what I said.
It's Mel Blanc.
Yeah. Oh, that
Oh. You forgot it.
Mel Blanc.
Get that man a prize.
Hey.
but it was Chuck. Somebody. Anyway. Mel Blanc did the voices.
Chuck Friendly was the animator.
Oh.
Thanks for your
I feel unworthy. I feel so unworthy of the time now. You got my 50 though, right?
I got it.
You want me to autograph that for you? No. Here's the thing. And this is where leasing to buy was born. And this is what it's all about, is if you go out there and research lease options, it's all about screwing people over. If they got the money, they're in the house. That's why you get this 20% will, going back to your question, 20% will finance. Well, that sucks. To me, that's setting people up for failure. That's not what we're here to do. I mean, how successful are you going to be as a business owner if only 20% of the people succeed? So going back to the credit application, I get the application. I look at debt to income. That's the first thing I look at. I turn down a lot of people before I even pull their credit. I look at debt to income. I look at public records. When's the last late payment? Is there a Chapter 7, Chapter 13, judgment, tax lien? So I turn down a lot of people that come to us because of the fact that I'm here to help them. And if I can't get them financed within a year, 2 years, I can't help them. I'm here to do that. Now, having said that, I'm in Texas where we don't do the 3-year lease options. But you can always do it longer than 3 years. But the point is, you've got to get them set up for success. So if someone just calls me and goes, oh, I just did a short sale on my house. Well, just go rent a house. I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. A short sale is the same as a foreclosure as far as the lenders are concerned. These are things you have to know. I'm the only one that teaches basic mortgage information as far as lease options are concerned. You've got to know this stuff. If you're going to be in real estate, you've got to know some basics of it as far as mortgages. So as far as your question, great question, by the way. Mine's 90%, but others probably 20%. You've got to know debt to income. You're going to be able to calculate 43% DTI. You're going to go FHA or conventional. Is it jumbo loan? You've got to know this stuff. So when I say easy market seller, they get the top dollar. There's no haggling. Buyers can covers most of the repairs. We offer the home warranty through Old Republic Home Warranty. Payments are made electronically each month. None of this check writing stuff. Oh, I mailed the check, blah, blah, blah. No, it's made electronically. There's no commissions paid to us. And the owner, depending on the payment, possible cash flow. is very hands-on for the seller. This is not a typical landlord situation. We get the people in, buyers making the payments electronically each month, the warranties, repairs are covered, and that's it.
Hey, John,
Why is it?
when you say electronically, are they going through PayPal? Are they going through the bank?
No, not PayPal. No, this is not like a Vietnamese prostitution thing. We want the buyer to set it up so that the buyer has the owner's bank information. So what they do is, well, I just closed the deal before I came here, and we met. I got the homeowner's bank information. It's whatever credit union was, blah blah blah. Give it to the buyer. The buyer's going to go to their bank or go online and set it up. Okay, on the 30th of each month, I want this amount, $12.95 or $15.45, going to this account each month. So it's
Bank
all
to bank.
electronically.
Okay.
Yeah, not this check writing stuff. Yeah, yeah. So it's all done electronically. Yeah, all of it. So they can go online or go to their bank. Why is it easy to market to a buyer? Lower down payment. Owners paying a large part of the closing costs, which goes back to the rent credit, which I won't get into just yet. It's not a traditional landlord-tenant relationship. In other words, it's not this, oh, my toilet's making a noise, blah, blah, blah. The buyer is taking care of everything. The buyer can make changes to the property. They've got time to prepare for finance, time to establish credit, time to get credit in order. The numbers are set to make financing easier. They can move in quickly, and if self-employed, allows time. And this is important, and time to pay down debt.
Hey, John, making changes to the property, could they knock down a wall, expand a bedroom?
No. The way our contracts are stated is they cannot make a structural change.
Okay.
They can paint, or
cosmetics.
whatever, yeah,
Okay.
if they want. And this is important. We do, I've structured this so that in Fort Worth, if you go to leasing to buy, you'll see most of our properties are over 140, 150,000. And I've done a number of 300, 350, 400,000 houses, etc. Here's the thing. Sellers always want to know, well, now who are these people you're getting into my house? You know, like they're freaking deadbeats or something. And this is why knowing mortgage stuff is important. If you're self-employed, how many years of tax returns do you have to do if you're Schedule C?
2?
2 years. What if you go from a W-2 to a 1099? What if you go from a 1099 to a W-2? What if you're in the oil business and you work for Chesapeake and you're a 1099, but now you're working for XTO and now you're W-2'd? You have perfect credit. You've got to have 2 years. My CPA told me I could save $4,000 last year by going to an S-Corp. I said, I can't do it. Because if I do, I can't buy a house for 2 years. And my wife and I are looking to move in about a year. My CPA looked at me and was like, what? Now, she's phenomenal with taxes. Didn't know a damn thing about mortgages. I have a 780 FICO score. I'm the kind of guy who would need a lease purchase. If I went to an S-Corp, if I filed my taxes in an S-Corp, boom, I got to go lease purchase. I can't buy a house. I'm screwed. So when the sellers go, well, now who are these people that you're going to let in my house? I'll tell you who you're looking at. If I file an S-Corp, I can't buy for 2 years. Do you think I'm a piece of trash? So this is why knowing mortgages and what mortgage guidelines are is so important. You've got to have 2 years. If you go from a W-2 to a 1099, you've got 2 years. If you go from a 1099 to W-2, 2 years. So we've had a lot of people get into $350,000, $400,000 houses that were great people, great credit. They had the money down. Oh, you just switched to a W-2. Can't get financed. The guidelines have tightened up. Yes, ma'am.
What if you have both? What would you aim
Well, if you have both, then you'd hit, what the lenders will look